Inequality. Gender inequality. It's not okay in any way, shape, or form. And I believe it's time our world started to realize this. My name is Aya, and I'm very delighted to speak about this specific topic. And now that I have the opportunity to do it, I really want my voice to be heard. Before starting, I would like to give you a little sneak peek of what I'm going to tackle in this presentation. So here's the plan. An introduction is a must. Then, we are going to move on to some facts and stats that you have probably never heard of. And of course, few examples from our daily life that will awaken you to the real world. And for the most exciting part, I am going to suggest some solutions. And lastly, a brief conclusion. Let's face it, women make the world go around, literally. Yet, despite juggling all of life's crazy demands, giving birth and raising children, providing financial stability and preparing healthy home-cooked meals, while also trying to find time for exercise, time with friends, and the occasional moments of relaxation, women are still treated as less than in our society. Here are some surprising and insanely outrageous facts related to gender discrimination. Women are 47% more likely to suffer from severe injuries in car crashes because safety features are designed for men. The current wage gap in Morocco is 17%. 78% of girls between the ages 12 to 14 are not in formal schooling in Morocco's rural areas. And according to the IMF, 66% of men are working, but only 25% of women are working in the formal economy. And yes, it will take 108 years to close the gender gap. At the current rate of progress, it will take another 108 years to reach gender parity, according to a study. In the Global Gender Gap Index, Morocco was ranked 143rd out of 153 countries, with 0.605% as a score. And this is how much is scored in these four fields in both 2006 and 2020. Well, we know that women are powerful and strong, but what is it that makes us underestimate them? Before jumping to the solutions, I would like to let you know that it's not something you want to believe. It's way complicated than that. In an enlightening study, researchers placed 11-month-old infants on a platform with sloped ramp, and they watched the babies crawl. Male and female babies showed identical levels of motor performance. What differed was their mothers' estimations of their crawling abilities. Mothers of girls underestimated the daughters' performance, while mothers of boys overestimated their sons' performance. It's still not that convincing? True. Well, I bet that the second one will expose the truth. A little while ago, a father and his son were in a car accident. The father walked away, but the son was badly injured. So he called an ambulance, drove the son to the hospital. The son was being wheeled to the surgery when the surgeon came in. He looked at the boy and said, "I can't operate on that boy. He's my son." Well, some of you might be scratching their heads and thinking, how is that even possible? Well, let me tell you this. The surgeon is his mother. But the reason we don't often see a surgeon as a woman, and it kinda messes us up, is because of this thing in our heads called implicit bias. And implicit bias is the main cause of gender gap today. So basically, it's unconscious ideas in your head that are going around and around. Some of them are really good and some of them are not really good. But for women, there are three particular three particular types of implicit bias that are deeply troublesome, and male preference is one of them. If you want more details, you can just Google the Heidi and Howard study to know more about this. And now, we finally made it to the solutions. I truly believe that education and information are the remedy for any type of ignorance. So gender equality should be something that every school should talk about. Having simple discussions about the sexist society we live in, or even analyzing how women are portrayed in the media, can be very powerful to open the minds of those who didn't realize how bad our current situation is and show them how much we can do about it. I dream about the day we will look back and think, why do we have to teach kids about gender equality in schools? Because everybody will be given the same rights. But for now, this is a step in the right direction. But also, as we know, education does not only come from schools. Open-minded families that accept their daughters to choose what they want to play or read are needed. We need parents to educate their children to not assault, to not bully, and be tolerant other people, like other girls. Simple things like this, or even working to stop using sexist expressions like leave that to boys or girls can't play soccer, are a huge step toward a better society. You do realize we can tell kids anything and they are likely to believe us, which means we can get to teach kids about the world we wish for them. Gender inequalities cannot exist if they are not perpetuated. We can create a world where we genuinely value individuality above conformity, and we can create a world where everyone grows up to be equal. To sum up, we have a lot of work to do, but we can get there if we work together. Unless women and men both say this is unacceptable, things will not change. With determination, commitment, and strong belief, we can achieve our goal. And as it is said, culture does not make people. People make culture. If it is really true that the full humanity of women is not our culture, then we can and must make it our culture. Ladies and gents, my presentation has officially come to its end. Thank you for listening.